to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my hair down if I want. Don't you just get...
Hi guys, hope you're well and welcome back to another cleaning video. Now today is an all day clean with me. My house was a complete and utter disaster. There was mess everywhere, and to top it off, I had both the boys with me. I had Parker with me all day long, as you'll see him in the majority of the clips, and then I carried on cleaning when I got home after I did the nursery pickup, after picking up Klayton as well. There was so much to get sorted as we had just caused chaos from Parker's birthday literally a week ago, and there was just so much to tidy up and organise and stuff like that. So if you're looking for ultimate cleaning motivation and organisation, come along and tidy up your house with me and get it clean and organised, because this is one hell of a clean with me and we're going to be here all day long. So I'm just going to show you some shots of what it looked like at the beginning. Parker had been bringing his toys into the kitchen, so the kitchen wasn't too bad, but that was kind of the best place out of everywhere. The hallway was a disaster. We went swimming yesterday, so there was swimming stuff on the floor. There was returns, there were shoes, there was packages from more toys that I'd undone, the recycling that I'd moved into the hallway, there's stuff up the top of the stairs that needs to come down to go into recycling or be taken to the tip. And then the chaos in the living room got even worse. There were just toys everywhere. Adam had hung all of these towels out this morning because he decided to put on a load very late last night and never hangs towels up properly. So there was just chaos in the living room. There was washing, there was toys, balloons. We bought Parker a bouncy castle for his birthday, just as a garden present for them both, instead of us having a trampoline because we can't fit one in there. And it's just been stuck in my living room and it's driving me insane. I can't believe I've actually put up with this. And to be honest, I've been going to bed early most nights because of how bad it is. Adam's left his washing in places, taken off trousers. There's more swimming stuff. Honestly, this house was just driving me insane. And I wasn't going to film this clean with me. And I was like, do you know what? Enough is enough. Normally I would do stuff like this and I would just crack on because doing it with Parker's really hard work, but I waited for him to go down for a nap so I could get the majority of it done before he actually started attacking and undoing all the work that I was doing. So that is a tip for you. If you have kids, when they go down for a nap, or if you can give them some quiet time or keep them occupied for a little bit, try and get done the majority and the bulk of the stuff that they can cause a mess with, like toys and stuff like that, and then it's a lot easier to rein it in. Where all of Klayton and Parker's toys were just out from his birthday and they hadn't had a home to go back into, I was really struggling. But yeah, I'm going to start by just cleaning away all of the toys that we have here.
Being pretty all the time doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes off if I want. Let yourself be free.
So as you can see, there was a lot of mess here, and I always find that I always work better. I always tidy before I clean. So you'll see that I'm actually going around tidying the majority of the stuff away. Now the living room was actually pretty tidy. I'd given it a really good deep clean just before Parker's birthday, well actually the day before. So the living room was pretty dust free. I'd gone around done all the windows and the skirting boards and literally everything in here. And the majority of the house was clean. It was just really unorganised, needed to be tidied up. For me, I find that as soon as I tidy it, I feel so much better, even if it's not necessarily clean. And I always like to work to my normal routines and stuff like that. But it's hard when you've got kids, and obviously it's just about making that time to find it, and it's definitely doable. I actually really struggle to film these cleaning videos with Parker around. With Klayton it's not so bad, but Parker likes to walk in between my tripod legs and all stuff like that, which is why I struggle to do this. And a lot of people say, like, where are your kids when you're doing this? Parker's luckily getting to an age now where I can tell him no, and he's starting to understand that. But for a long time, it was really hard to film these with him around. But I'm almost finished tidying the living room now. I just need to kind of go around, pick up the rest of the toys, and then I can move on to like taking down the cards and sorting out the washing. But I did feel a bit of a loss with this. And I think when you've got areas like this that are such a disaster and there is so much stuff everywhere, you do just need to start slowly. And I normally find that I switch from one thing to another and it does all start coming together. So if you look at an area of your home and you think, oh my gosh, I don't know where to start, just start making little piles and it will slowly start coming together for you. Honey, let's just face it, you can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. You can. Baby, let your head down, be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes off, you don't have to hide it. Baby, let your head down, be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes off, don't hide it. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. And I know when there's cleaning videos on like this, you sit there and obviously you see it all in fast speed and you think, oh my God, she did that so quickly. I just want to point out my living room alone took me an hour and a half to clean and just get to that point that we're at now. That's how long these sort of things take. And obviously, just like you, I'm a mum, I have kids, and everything takes time. And it's just about juggling it all. Now, obviously, I always try and do as much as I can when they're napping or when they're sleeping. And I try and have good routines around the home. So I have a really good evening routine in place, which I always like to work to, which is like cleaning the toilets and loading the dishwasher and putting on a load of laundry. And there's like little basic things. And then I just try and slot the other jobs in between. But I was wondering, would anybody like to see a deep cleaning series over here? I've done like a laundry routine in the past, but I'm thinking about sharing like me deep cleaning a few areas of the home. And I was wondering if there was any particular areas you would like to see me clean. I have filmed a oven cleaning one before, but I didn't actually upload it, and I think I deleted all the footage. But let me know if that's something you wanted to see, and let me know if there's any other areas of the home that you want to see me deep clean and how I go about doing it and how often, and I can definitely look at doing that for you guys. I'm also intrigued to know what is like your worst job. What do you hate doing the most? So for me, I hate doing the floors. I used to love hoovering, but I hate mopping with a passion, and I hate hoovering the stairs as well and deep cleaning the stairs. I just think I find them so much hard work, bending over and stuff like that. But recently, mopping has become like a bugbear for me. I think because I'm so OCD with everything and I like things to be perfect, and because I have these white tiles and I like them to be shiny and smear free, I think it just really gets to me when I'm mopping them and I take a lot of time on them, and it just frustrates me quite a bit. But are there any areas of the home that you really hate cleaning? Like, I also hate cleaning the shower, and it's not so much the inside of the shower, but more the doors and all the little areas around it that I really need to get into, like all the nooks and crannies and stuff like that. Yeah, that's just another one that I hate. But I'd love to know in the comments box below, what's the worst area of your home that you hate cleaning? I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder.
Got me up all night, putting things on the side. What do you have in mind? She's awake all the time. What are you trying to find? I hope this ain't a lie, 'cause I'm vibing
vibing with all we have. Yeah, I'm feeling what we are now. I'm laying down on the ground.
This area here is also our catch-all area, and it's driving me insane. Since we put the baby gate here, it's kind of become like a little mini porch area, and I feel like it gives us an excuse to kind of let things build up here. It never used to be like that before we had a baby gate, and sometimes it is nice to be able to put stuff down and get it away from the boys, but yeah, I feel like it's allowing it to build up a little bit more. I'm also just chucking in this load of laundry. I'm going to be real with you. This was sitting here since yesterday. It's from our swimming. It's been sitting there all day, all night. It should have gone straight into the wash, but it just never happened because we were tired. We were really, really tired, and we went straight to bed that night after we come home. It was Father's Day, and we just chilled a little bit. The shoes have gotten out of hand. I mean, everything's gotten out of hand recently. So I just kind of need to rein it all back again. I guess that's what happens when you have a birthday and then you have Father's Day and everything else. But I'm slowly getting organised, and now that the downstairs is nice and clean and tidy, I normally work top from bottom. So I would normally work upstairs first and bring everything down. However, I decided that I wanted to get the downstairs tidy because it was such a mess. And I feel like if I tidied upstairs first, I would come down and then sit down on the sofa and probably wouldn't have had it and been able to get it done. But just as I was doing this, not long after, Parker woke up. So then I had a little assistant for the rest of the afternoon.
I'm feeling what we are now. All I do is thinking out loud. Cause I'm running with these emotions, stumbling out of bed. One hell of a roller coaster. You're messing with my head. I'm ending up so clueless. What are you trying to find? I'm running with these emotions. Tell me, what do you have in mind? Tell me, what do you have in mind? I put my heart on the line through our phone. In the night, no, I'm here by your side. So tell me, where are you now? When your head is in the clouds, I wanna find out now.
Now, I don't know about you, but one of the top questions that I always get is, how do you manage to find time to clean with children? And I just do. It works. The boys are really good. I always give them an activity or I let them help me. As you can see in some of this footage, Parker has been stuck by me recently. He's gotten really clingy again and doesn't really want to leave me. But yeah, I just really get them involved. So even if I'm doing something, I'll ask him. Like, there was a sheep toy in my bedroom and I just said to him, oh, can you go pop this back in your bedroom for me? And then he was playing and following me around, and he was helping me with some of the washing and stuff like that. So as long as you keep them engaged, you can get stuff done with them being there. Don't get me wrong, there are times when I'm folding the laundry with Parker in my arms and Klayton screaming downstairs. That happens too, but it's just part of life, and you just have to kind of play a really good juggling act. And I do like to try and get as much of my cleaning done without the kids. So if Adam can take them out for an hour or so, that's fab. That generally doesn't really happen, but I try and get as much done when they're in bed and stuff like that. As I mentioned, they're kind of my prime times to get stuff done. I also like to use meal times as well. So normally when they're eating their lunch, their breakfast or their dinner, I like to whiz around. So in the morning I can make the beds, or I can empty the dishwasher, or I can do whatever it may be whilst they're eating their breakfast, or I can put on a load of laundry. And likewise, I can load the dishwasher at dinner time and clean the sides, and just maybe go around and whiz around the living room if they haven't tidied up all their toys. I generally like to get Klayton to tidy up all the toys before dinner, and I generally don't like to let him sit down at the dinner table until he's tidied up. Parker's still learning the principle of tidying up. He just kind of thinks it's more of a game and it's for fun, and that it's not something that he really has to do. But now I've got this catch-all area at the top of the stairs, and this is everything that I need to bring down. I either need to put it to recycling or in the car or wash bottles, or I've got leads up here from my computer, or clean cloths that I've sorted from the laundry. So I'm just going to bring all that downstairs now and sort all of that out as well.
I'm laying down on the ground. All I do is thinking out loud. Yeah, I'm vibing with all we have. I'm feeling what we are now. All I do is thinking out loud. Cause I'm running with these emotions, stumbling out of bed. One hell of a roller coaster. You mess so clueless. What are you trying to find? I'm running with these emotions. Tell me, what do you have in mind? Tell me, what do you have in mind? Tell me, what do you have in mind? What are you trying to find? Are we just wasting time? I wanna know, so tell me what.
And all of what you've seen so far was about 3 hours of solid work, all wrapped up into 15 minutes and under. After this, I had to go back and do the nursery pickup and pick up Klayton from school. However, next I'm doing something a bit odd, and this is a task that I've wanted to do for ages, but I needed a clean, dry table, and at no point have I had a clean, dry table that I've then had time to do this. So I cleaned the table earlier, and I was making it my mission today. It was on my to-do list to beeswax the table. It sounds really weird, but you can probably see how white my wood has gone. It's really, really faded. And when we first purchased the table, the company actually recommended to us to buy this, and it like hydrates, nourishes the wood as such. And basically I've never used it, and we've lived here almost 2 years now. And I was putting it on, and oh my gosh, the difference. I could not believe it. Obviously, patch test it before you do anything, but this table wasn't very expensive. The chairs cost a lot more than the table did, and it needed brightening up. The tabletop was already kind of quite ruined from how faded it was, but I couldn't believe how much the table was just absorbing this. It was obviously really like dehydrated, but if you have a wooden table and it's like solid wood, I would definitely recommend trying some of this. It does change the colour of it, but this is pretty much the colour of our table before when we first bought it, and I can't believe how good it looks, brand new again. So I'm really, really impressed with that.
Yeah, I'm restless, so give me something to do. Yeah, I can't stay here because I need to dance. Jump around and show them how I move. Everybody will be on me, wanna join me when I take a shot. I'll be the center of attention like I was some kind of astronaut. Cause I'm shooting for the moon tonight, and I got a feeling I'm gonna crash some stupid part.
And then I don't know about you, but I just seem to be the only person that feels the need to clean out these bins and stuff like that. In my recent kitchen minimalisation, declutter and organisation video, I put a new lot of drawers in and stuff like that, and one of the things that I put in were these bins, so they weren't hanging on the back of the door. Although, take note, there is a bin bag on the back of the door because that's what Adam likes to do. He doesn't like to use the bins for their purpose. He also likes to leave all the recycling on the side, and the point of these bins was that they go away in the cupboard because I hate clutter on my worktops. But yeah, I seem to be the only person that does this. So I'm cleaning all the bins, and once they're all nice and clean, I'm going to pop some tissue paper with some Zoflora. I included this in a hacks video that I did like 2-3 years ago now. But I always pop Zoflora in the bottom of my bin bags, and it just keeps the cupboard smelling nice, the bin smelling nice, and keeps everything nice and fresh.
Tear the ceiling down in front of everybody. If someone's pouring up a drink, I'm calling shawty. I'm gonna find a crowd so I can put it on me.
And don't mind me here, mum life at its best. I was tracking the parcel that's gone missing with Royal Mail, which was really, really frustrating. So I was having to give over the tracking code and give them loads of my information so they can see if they can find my parcel. Really frustrated with this, but cleaning with kids whilst being on the phone for like 40 minutes, you know, the joys.
I won't be sorry. I got a feeling I'm gonna crash into this party.
I'm just an accident waiting to happen like.
Stop, yeah, I can't wait to hear that bass drop dance. It's all I wanna do right now.
And so as you'll probably see, the boys' dinner is cooling down on the side. I have just cooled it down. So like you can see, this is an all-day clean with me. I was with them for a little bit. We were out earlier planning the garden. And whilst they're both eating dinner, this is prime time for me to then go ahead and clean the bathroom. I know from this point onwards, after they've eaten dinner, they're going to be going upstairs, getting their pyjamas on and stuff like that. And this type of clean is the clean that I will do daily. So in my downstairs bathroom, it gets the most usage. Klayton is in here all the time. So I always go around, wipe the toilet, the surfaces, clean the toilet. I use these dark disposable like wash brush type things. They are amazing and so much more hygienic than a toilet brush. And then obviously always give it a clean around as well because it's been down the toilet to maintain cleanliness. I'm also using this dark toilet gel at the moment, and it smells amazing. I think it's like tropical fresh scent or something like that. It smells so good. Then daily I'll also change up my reed diffusers, give the sink a clean around, and I also hoover and mop as well, just to make sure that it stays clean, because obviously bacteria, boys, men, everything, you know the drill.
Everybody will be on me, wanna join me when I take a shot. Take a shot. I'll be the center of attention like I was some kind of astronaut. Cause I'm shooting for the moon tonight, and I got a feeling I'm gonna crash some stupid party. Tear the ceiling down in front of everybody. If someone's pouring up a drink, I'm calling shot. I'm gonna find a crowd so I can put it on me. Swinging from the chandeliers, I won't be sorry. I got a feeling I'm gonna crash into this party.
And mum life at its best. The boys have obviously been in here this afternoon, so I'm back tidying up the same old toys once again. The role play toys are a firm favourite in our house, so generally all the kitchen stuff, and this new ice cream toy that we got for the boys is one of their favourites. And then whilst again they're still eating dinner, I'm going to quickly whiz around and give everywhere a really quick hoover. I like to do this again when they're not around, otherwise I'm constantly walking around them and it's a little bit chaotic.
Cause I'm just an accident waiting.
Likewise, I always like to mop when they're not around, so when they're eating dinner, so they can't slip on the tiles. And then again, more stuff is built up in the hallway from recycling from dinner. So I'm going to run this out to the bins. I don't like to leave stuff. I like to get it on with. Shaking out the mats, that's all sorted. So I haven't got to worry about dust building up. But there was so much dirt that builds up on these white tiles. I tried to do a close-up and I don't know how well you can see it. But really close up, there was so much dirt on these and it drives me absolutely insane. So yeah, while the boys were eating dinner, I was quickly giving this a hoover and a mop and a clean, so I knew that this was done and sorted as well.
You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down.
And obviously this is an all-day clean with me, but this is real mum life and this is part of my evening routine. And as you can see, obviously a lot of these tasks like loading the dishwasher, doing the bathrooms, hoovering the living room, this is all included in my evening routine. And I like to get as much of this done as possible. So the boys have now finished dinner. They've gone into the living room. Klayton's gone upstairs to get himself in some pyjamas because it's not bath night tonight. And I'm just cleaning his chair. And I always use Dr. Beckman on all of my suede velvet stuff. It's a carpet cleaner, which I use for the carpets, but it is amazing on these and it just gets up any stains. I'll also go over the buffet. I have run out of this recently, so that's why I'm going over this today, because the buffet built up a little bit. So did the chairs. The chairs I like to do every other day or whenever they're dirty, like I spot clean them. And again, this generally doesn't take too long. The boys are both pretty occupied at this point with my phone. They're on the phone to Danny, so I was just going over the sofa as well and getting that nice and clean as well. But there isn't really much else for me to do other than to put some carpet fresh down now both the boys are in bed, and give the air a little spray as well. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing this complete and utter disaster of a clean with me. If you have, then I would love for you to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. There is always cleaning content coming from me. I need to do a big declutter of my wardrobe, which will definitely be coming soon, along with a lot of other interior related stuff. I do lots of hauls, lifestyle, mummy content, beauty, you name it, I cover pretty much the majority of it. So if you enjoy that sort of stuff, then I would love for you to subscribe. But I'll see you all again in another video very shortly. Bye guys.
Like a sparrow with broken wings, but now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet.